What's up, folks? Raven Huggins here, Huggins Equipment LLC. Just got a load of equipment in today, and I wanted to take a little video for you guys and do a quick little comparison. What we have here is a Ripa R10-5, the newest model. This one does have the expanding tracks. You got your flip out wings on your blade to make your blade longer. You've got a quick connect, semi-automatic. You also have a hydraulic thumb, of course. Nicer seat, definitely nicer quality than AGT or high top units. This one has the hidden drive motors under there, so they're protected. Overall, the quality is nice for what they have done. There's some things that I do not like about it, and we'll compare those over here to the Huayee. One of the biggest things I think is that these R10s, even though they have side controls, they are not true pilot controls. These controls are what I like to call false pilot controls. As you can see, this one's just a single pump. It is your Briggs engine. No extra counterweight on these guys. What you see back there is just a wraparound bumper. Versus over here on the Huayee, this guy has a dual pump, which it has true pilot controls. You can see with the swing up here, you can swing it up to get on and off, and that's your pilot lock and unlock. This one also has a solid cast steel counterweight here. Also, take a look inside. They've got all the heat tape barrier all around the panels, muffler blanket. This one does have a hydraulic oil cooler on the side and an extra fan pulling heat out of the engine bay, so that's super nice. It's a pretty big deal that they put the oil cooler away from the side of the engine that gets hot here by the muffler, so that's pretty neat. Both of these units do both have the cylinder behind the boom, so they're both protected. One thing I do want to note is that the cylinders on the Huayee are definitely a bigger class cylinder. Even though it's kind of hard to tell on camera, the cylinders here are much bigger. I will say a lot of the grease point connections on the Ripa there, they still use the flat face connectors, whereas here on the Huayee, they have regular grease zerks, and also they have these welded, protruding safeties that are welded onto the cylinder to protect all of your grease points. So if they do get hit, they are all protected. So that is super nice. Very happy with the quality of the Huayee overall. The main difference on this is you do not get expanding tracks on this model. So the tracks are fixed. But it is, since it's made with heavier steel and everything else, it is considered a 1.3 ton unit. They say it weighs 2,600 pounds versus the Ripa R10, which weighs around 2,000 pounds. So there's a good bit of difference on the thickness of the steel and what they weigh. Also, you have different setup for your drive controls and your levers here. Of course, the Ripa still has the drive controls there up on top of the console. Which, nothing wrong with it, but the sticks do come back and you're sitting there, it's a little more comfortable. You have your swing control on the foot pedal. You also have your hydraulic thumb on the foot pedal. What else? That's about it, all I can think of. They are using these new battery disconnects. Both of these machines are, so that's pretty nice. The old ones were pretty prone to be cheap looking and cheap feeling, and they could break off easily, but both of these units actually use that style of battery cutoff switch here. Another thing to talk about, the seats. The seat on the Ripa is a nicer quality seat, definitely have more cushion on it. There are backrests here for your head that I have over there in the boxes I still have to put on, but overall, just wanted to give you guys a first look at these machines. This is the first time I put my hands on them. I have several of the Ripa machines, the Huayee machines. Also have some of the Huayee mini skid steer loaders. This particular unit here is the new diesel 680. Man, this thing is a beast. This thing is, I mean, it's reinforced everywhere. Everything is double plated, gusseted. This is a Kubota D1105. It's all Italian pumps on this. It also has Italian valves. The drive motors are Dan Foss, so made with really nice parts. You got your hip pads here. Those are super nice. I mean, they're really cushiony. They say the lift capacity on this one, tipping load is, I want to say they said around 2,600 pounds. And I think rated operating capacity is 1,700 pounds. But man, if you look at this thing in person, it's hard to describe. I mean, this unit is beastly for a mini skid steer loader. It is also self-leveling bucket. So that's an awesome feature to have. Also, we have the 480s here. So these are Huayee's new gas machines. This one features a Vanguard 24 horsepower gas engine. So instead of the cheap Rados, they have these newer American style engines that are pretty well known for reliability. They also use a triple pump system here. So both of these units are high flow, which you don't see a lot of on the gas mini skid steers. So if you take a look here behind your hydraulic cooler, which flips up out of the way, you do have a nice 3-pump system here, and they claim 11.26 gallons per minute. So what that means for this mini skid loader here that is gas, it means now you can also run those higher flow attachments, like your augers. You're going to run augers better. You're going to be able to use mulchers on this guy. You're going to be able to use Harley rakes on this guy. Same things you can use on the diesel machine. You'll be able to have the flow with these, which is awesome. Yeah, just wanted to give you guys a first look here at some of these new units, and feel free to comment, like, tell me what you think about them. Peace out, guys.